Chapter 3, Unlocking Your Personal Potential, Discovering Your Strengths and Talents. I used to believe that talent was loud, rare, and spectacular, like playing the violin at age 3 or solving equations before kindergarten. But over time, I learned the truth. Talent isn't always loud. Often it's what feels obvious to you, so natural you barely notice it. Because real strength isn't in what gets applause, it's in what flows through you effortlessly when you're honest, relaxed, and alive. Your strengths are already within you. The real question is, do you see them? Most people aren't unaware of their gifts because they lack them, but because they've never learned to look inward with attention, honesty, and respect. Are you someone who senses others' emotions and offers support? That's emotional intelligence. Do you adapt easily to new environments? That's flexibility. Do you love creating things from scratch? That's creative power. These qualities may not fit the classic schoolbook definition of talent, but they are your personal set of superpowers, and the sooner you acknowledge them, the more confidently you can walk your unique path. To discover equals to remember. When I began my inner reboot, I asked myself, what has always come naturally to me, even when others struggled? This single question unlocked more self-awareness than years of goal setting. Try also asking, what do people often ask me for advice about? When do I feel energized, even when tired? Which of my actions have sparked genuine gratitude from others? The mind might argue, it might minimize or doubt, but the body remembers where you feel most alive. Strength, perfection. Here's a myth that holds many back. If this is my strength, I should be flawless at it. No, your strength isn't about perfection. It's a natural inclination, something you're drawn to, something you can nurture and grow. Imagine your potential as a seed. You're not expected to grow it overnight, but when you give it attention, time, and the right environment, it will blossom. Practice mapping your strengths. Here's a simple but powerful exercise I recommend to everyone on this journey. 1. Take a blank sheet of paper and divide it into 3 columns. What feels easy for me, what others appreciate about me, what I genuinely enjoy. 2. Fill each one honestly. Don't overanalyze. 3. Look for overlaps, words, actions, traits that appear in all 3. This is your strength blueprint. Talent is your natural light. You don't need to look like anyone else to matter. The worst thing you can do is dismiss your gift just because it doesn't look like someone else's. Your talent is a tool. Your task is not to play someone else's song, but to tune into yourself and play your own tone, boldly and authentically. Passion and curiosity, your inner compass. For years, I asked myself, how do I know where to grow? The clearest answer I ever found was this: follow what doesn't go quiet inside you, even when the world demands silence. Passions are not random. They show up before we even learn how to articulate our wants. They're not always flashy. They might be a love for movement, curiosity about people, fascination with building things, or the joy of storytelling. But those sparks, they're clues. They're the access points to your truest self. Interests aren't accidents, they're directions. As a child, I could spend hours inventing worlds, writing, imagining. It was natural, effortless, no need for approval. But over time, I called it a hobby, a silly dream, or not something that makes money. I pushed it aside and lost touch with my inner spark. Only when I began this reboot did I realize passion isn't just about what you enjoy. It's an energy source that awakens your full potential. Follow the fire, not the noise. Why do we ignore what lights us up? Because we've been taught that personal growth must be serious, hard, forced, that interests are extra, something for later. But look around. Everyone who became world-class at something followed their fire. Not trends or convenience. Your passion is what you do even if no one paid you. Your potential is what people will pay you for, because you do it with fire in your eyes. Practice. Passion radar. Answer these questions with honesty. 1. What can I study for hours without feeling tired? 2. What do I talk about with passion, losing track of time? 3. What activities do I choose when no one's watching? 4. What did I dream about doing before I learned to doubt myself? Write your answers. Read them. These are your coordinates, your internal compass. Growth doesn't start with a plan. It starts with curiosity. Most people seek a roadmap: what to study, where to work, how to succeed. But before you map the road, you need to find your true direction. and that direction must point toward your passions. You don't need all the answers. You only need to know where the pull is and take one step. Because the path doesn't reveal itself to the one who waits, it reveals itself to the one who moves. Interest is fuel. When I allowed myself to write again, to study human behavior, to explore meaning, I found my way back to myself. The results didn't come instantly, but the feeling did, and it became my anchor. Interest is an indicator. If something sparks your curiosity, your soul is already there. All that's left is to give yourself permission to follow. Vision of your best self, the inner lighthouse. When I began searching for a way out of the quiet storm building inside me, I didn't have a clear plan, but I had a vision. Not a checklist, not trophies or titles, but a feeling, a sense of who I wanted to become, how I wanted to feel in my own skin, what kind of energy I wanted to radiate. That image lived within me, even when I didn't always have the courage to believe in it. Today, I call it the vision of my best self. It's not a fantasy, it's a lighthouse inside you. And yes, we all have one. Your future self already exists. Inside you. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. But don't picture success in terms of goals. Picture it in terms of state of being. How do you wake up each morning? What kind of energy flows through you? What's the first thought that comes into your mind? What do you do out of joy, not obligation? Whatever you just imagined, it's not wishful thinking. It's direction. Because we don't just want to achieve something, we want to become someone. When I clearly visualized my best self, the one who is calm, decisive, honest, passionate about life, I started making better decisions without even realizing it. It wasn't magic, it was a reminder. I already know who I want to be, and every day is either a step toward that self or a step away. To imagine is to give yourself permission. Many people never dare to visualize their future. They're afraid of being disappointed or think it's naive, but vision isn't about control. It's about permission. Permission to show up as your full self. Your best self isn't flawless. It's not some perfect version of you that never fails. Your best self is you, unmasked, whole, fully alive. No pretending, no self-betrayal, no more I should. Practice, a meeting with your future self. Close your eyes. Imagine walking into a room. Sitting there is you, 5 years from now. This version of you has already walked the path you're only beginning. They know your current fears, they remember your doubts, and they smile because they've seen what's coming. What do they say to you? How do they look? What energy surrounds them? Now write it down. This image is your inner blueprint for growth. Your vision is a choice to be fully you. Remember this, no one can design your future better than you. The world will hand you templates, but only you can choose who you want to become. And when you revisit your vision each day, you change your trajectory. You begin to reshape your thoughts, your habits, your choices. Every action, no matter how small, becomes a step toward yourself. The future begins within. I believe you already feel it. Your potential isn't far away in some unreachable place. It's here. It's within you. It lives in the way you imagine yourself, in the dreams that won't leave you alone. They're not random. They are your calling. And as long as you keep that inner connection alive, you won't lose your way. Because even if you fall, you'll know exactly why you're getting back up.